Hello. If the coronavirus pandemic and the lockdown is driving up the wall, which it is for a lot of people, we're going to do some exercises down the wall so you feel better. Okay, so we're going to start off with our feet a little bit away from the wall, hip width apart. Feel your sacrum against the wall. You can feel your shoulder blades against the wall. And then we're going to try and bring our heads back towards the wall. Some people will really struggle with this position. If you're a little bit round-shouldered, you're going to find that difficult to get your head back to the wall. But don't worry about that. You're just going to keep the length through your neck, and your head can be away from the wall if you need to. If you can get it onto the wall, then that's great. Okay, so just starting in this position, we're going to start by doing some deep breaths. So you can put your hands onto the lower ribs there, breathing in deep and wide, and breathing out. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. One more. Bring your arms down by your sides. If you put your hand round behind you, you probably feel a little hollow in the small of your back. What we're going to do now is we're going to tip the pelvis backwards so you're squashing your waist down onto the wall, and then release. And again, drawing in through your deep tummy muscles. So if you lift the pelvic floor, draw in that low slung belt, tipping your pelvis backwards, and then release again. If you're struggling to get the back of your waist touching the wall, you may want to take your feet a little bit further away and a little bit wider, and that makes it easier. So tipping backwards, check, can't get your fingers under there. But what we're trying to do when we're doing this, keep doing this, what we're trying to do is just getting the movement from the pelvis, and you can see how my pelvis is moving, and not moving from here. Okay, a couple more times. And then keep that back there. Draw your chin in, lengthen through your neck. See if you can get the back of your head against the wall and hold it there. And think about opening your shoulders, lengthening through your collarbones. Knees just off the lock. Hold that position. You can add in stretches of your arms if you wish. So my shoulder's a little bit restricted here, so I'm not going to do that beautifully, but you could probably. Okay, we're going to bring our feet hip width apart again, take them a bit further away so that they're still hip width apart, and your sacrum and your shoulder blades, back of your head maybe, is still against the wall, collarbone still long, shoulders open. And we're going to do some squats, breathing in and breathing out to go down. In to hold, and out to push up again. Breathing out. In to hold, and out to push up again. Keep that going. Just watch down. Check that your knees aren't going beyond your toes. And also check that your knees are staying parallel. Sliding up and down the wall shouldn't hurt your knees. If your knees are hurting in the front of your knees, your kneecaps, you've got a problem with your kneecaps, then do little ones. Little ones are fine. And when you straighten up, don't let your knees lock out, just straight. Keep that going a few more. Excellent. We're going to move our feet now so that our heels go inwards, toes out. And let's try taking our knees right out. Careful with this if you have problems with your knees. Not very comfortable for some people. But that adds a little bit of different challenge. And those of you who've been using the reformers, you'll recognise these as some of the exercises we do against the resistance and with our feet on the bar or on the jump board. So if you like doing this, then you could do loads of them, and you can add in some arm weights, or free arm movements. Okay, and we can also do it with our feet wider, toes turned out a little bit, and then keep those knees so they're going over your middle toes. We don't want to have your knees in here. Keep your knees nice and wide, sliding down the wall and back up, sliding down the wall and back up. Okay, let's put our feet parallel again, still a little way from the wall. Lower yourself down. So if your knees are going beyond your toes, you need to take your toes a little bit further away. Down we go again. Okay, so in this position, we're obviously working those thigh muscles quite hard. You're going to bring your arms forward, and you can feel your shoulder blades on the wall there. And we're going to reach one arm and then return. Reach the other arm and return. Alternate arms, stretch and return. Stretch and return. Keep it going. Stretch and return. Breathing out to stretch and in to return. One more each side. Bring your arms down, straighten yourself up again. Probably felt a bit of a burn there, working those thigh muscles. You're going to go down again, leave yourself down, and then lift your heels and lower. Lift and lower. Breathe out to lift, into lower. Well done, keep it going. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and straighten up again. Well done, good work. Saw a little bit of a quiver there with my thighs, which aren't brilliant at the moment. Okay, so can't remember what I was going to do next. Okay, so a little bit of neck retraction. Okay, so bring your feet back again, back of your head against the wall, and then just bring your chin in and push the back of your head against the wall and release. Chin in, push back. So those of you who are not able to reach the wall, then you might like to use a book or a block. So you can put that behind you. Oops. So you can then be pushing against that. Okay, so it's basically filling in that gap. If you're rounded, you want to fill in that gap so you can push back against something. Nothing too heavy, but something just to fill that gap can be helpful there. Okay, so pushing and holding with your neck. And now we're going to stand up again and then come down the wall a little bit. So just a half bend there. Glide your shoulder blades down, and then we're going to do some little taps against the wall. So thinking shoulder blades down and towards each other, drawing them back. So your palms are going to go back towards the wall. We're going to do 5 as you're breathing in, and 5 as you breathe out. So remember how we were breathing before. We're thinking about expanding those lower ribs as we're breathing in. Feel that stretch across the front of your chest. Feel those shoulder blades drawing down and drawing towards each other. Okay, we're going to stand up a little bit straighter, still a bit away from the wall. Feet slightly narrower to make it a bit easier. And now we're going to take all the weight over on one leg and lift the other leg up. So that you've got a right angle at your hip and your knee, and your thigh is horizontal. So you could balance your cup of tea or your glass of wine on there. And then we do the hundreds again. 5 little taps as you're breathing in. And 5 as you're breathing out. Let's swap over. Take your weight over the other way. And again. Check that thigh is horizontal. Quite often see people with their thighs down here. You're going to lose that glass of wine. No good. Keep the shoulders open. Last one in. And breathing out. And then rest. Okay, so we're going to stand sideways onto the wall now. So if you can go sideways onto the wall with your feet hip-width apart, or a bit closer probably, and you're going to put your shoulder and your elbow against the wall, and your forearm is along the wall there, the back of your hand against the wall. Your feet a little bit further away from the wall, and then put the other hand here. So you're going to keep yourself up nice and tall, drawing through those deep tummy muscles, and then take your hips over towards the wall. Feel that stretch. If you get to the wall really easily, you need to take your feet a bit further away. So you're going to stretch to the side and then return. Stretch to the side and return. Keep repeating that. Let me show you this way around. So arm against the wall, and we're taking the hips across and return. Cross and return. Couple more. Last one. Stay away from the wall, so your shoulder and elbow still against the wall. Drawing in those deep tummy muscles, lengthen, nice and tall and strong. And then we take our leg out to the side and return. Out and return. Breathing out and breathing in to return. Couple more. And then rest. If you put your elbow up at shoulder height now, and then see if you can bring your hips in from there. Hips in. And you should feel a stretch around your waist. We're going to turn and face the other way and do the same exercise the other way around. So, feet away from the wall, close together. Shoulder against the wall, elbow against the wall, forearm against the wall, back of your hand against the wall. Other hand goes on to your hips there. Get yourself up nice and tall. Push your hips over towards the wall, feel the stretch, and return. Breathing out to push, and in to return. A few clicks and crunches going on in my back there. Quite often you'll feel that you'll go much more freely in one direction than the other. Some of us get a little bit lopsided over the years, and you get tighter on one side. If you've had back pain on one side, quite often you'll be tighter on one side than the other. Couple more. Then keep yourself in neutral leg. Toes staying facing the front. Breathing out to go to the side, in to return. Well done, keep it going. 3 more. Okay, and push yourself away from the wall. Elbow up to shoulder height, drop those shoulder blades down. Arm on, it can be palm downwards. And again, we're going to push the hips over and return. Push your hips over and return. Push your hips over and return. Couple more. Excellent. And then rest. Excuse me. So we're going to do facing the wall now. So I've got my back to you, but you should be able to see okay. So we're going to have our hands about shoulder height. Glide your shoulder blades down. You're going to have your feet a little bit away from the wall, hip width apart. We're going to think about our shoulder blades now. So we're going to bring them up towards our ears, down towards our feet. Shoulder blades up, shoulder blades down. Last time, up towards your ears, down towards your feet. Leave them down there. Now we're going to push through our hands so our breastbone goes away from the wall, really pushing ourselves away from the wall, and then drop your breastbone towards the wall. So we're keeping our elbows straight when we're doing this. We're not bending and straightening our elbows. We're just moving the breastbone towards the wall and away from the wall. Towards the wall and away from the wall. Towards the wall. That's it. Okay. And then pause so your shoulder blades are glided down and you've got some pressure through your hands. So a little bit more pressure through your little fingers helps to really engage those muscles around your shoulders there. And now we're going to do some little dips, bending your elbows. You're going to keep your elbows in as you bend to go forwards and return. Bend to go forwards and return. You're going to keep your body nice and straight. Keeping those shoulder blades drawn away from your ears. And you can go as far down as you like. So you're going forwards and returning. Keeping those elbows tucked in. Keep it going, couple more. Okay. And then pause. We're going to stay in that same position. And going to bring our feet a little bit closer in. So you're standing upright with your hands still against the wall. And then we're going to take one leg back and return. And again, back and return. So we're extending the hip and keeping everything else really still. You've got your arms still, upper back still. Just those buttock muscles working, extension of the hip. Try not to let your low back hollow when you do this. Try not to get that sort of movement. We're going to draw in these muscles, extend and return. Keep it going. 2 more. And then the other leg. Check your neutral. Draw in those deep tummy muscles through the pelvic floor, shoulder blades down, long neck. Push back and return. Three more. And then rest. Put your fingertips against the wall now. So just the very tips of your fingers against the wall. Shoulder blades down, and we're going to come up on our toes and then slowly lower down. So some of you may be able to do it without using the wall at all. So you're going right up on your toes and slowly down. Up on your toes and slowly, slowly down. Right up and down. So you can use the wall with 2 hands or with 1 hand, just as you like. And do 3 more of those. Keep it going. Up and slowly down. Up and slowly down. And put your right leg back a little bit further behind. Left leg goes forward. Straighten out the right knee. Check that your right foot, the toes are facing the front. Lunge forward so your left knee goes towards the wall and you feel a stretch in the back of your right calf. Hold it there. Hold that stretch. Keep those shoulder blades down. Breathe. Push back through that heel. Your right heel pushing back. Keep that right knee straight. Hold it there. And then bring that leg forward and put the other one back. Toes facing the front, heel goes down, shoulder blades down, long neck. Lunge forward, right knee goes towards the wall. Left knee straight, left heel down. Hold and push. Keep it there a little longer. And then gently return. We're going to do some exercises lying down now. So we're going to get you to get down onto the floor, come down onto your knees, get your body nice and close to the wall, come down sideways, and then lie on your back with your feet on the wall. So you can have your feet hip width apart again, arms down by your sides. So from this position, you need to take yourself back a little bit so that your thighs are vertical and your shins are horizontal. And then we're going to lift one foot off, take that leg to the side and return. And again, same leg. So hip twist, breathe out to the side and into return. Keeping that other leg really still. And I'm going to do the other one. Okay, feet hip width apart. Let's try a shoulder bridge. Tip back, squeeze your butt, come up into that shoulder bridge. Breathe in to hold. And as you breathe out, lower yourself down, one bone down at a time, back down to neutral. Really thinking about mobility through your spine here. So really tipping back. See if you can count each vertebra as you peel it off the mat. Breathe in at the top. And as you breathe out, sink that breastbone down, one bone back down at a time. And let's do that again. Tip back, squeeze. You can stay at the top this time. Feel there those hips have beautifully opened up there. And then you may like to straighten one leg and do a circle. 3 circles with that leg. Put it back onto the wall. Straighten the other leg. And 3 circles with that one. Back onto the wall. Lower yourself back down. Bring your knees to your chest. Have a stretch. Do a hamstring stretch. So you're going to take one leg up the wall. Well, you could take both legs up the wall actually, but it's quite difficult to move yourself in. So you can move yourself so your bottom gets closer and closer to the wall. So you're aiming to have your legs straight up the wall and getting stretch in your hamstrings. So if you could still move this way, you need to bring your bottom even closer in. So it depends how mobile you are as to how you can get there. Stretching your hamstrings, and then we can do feet up and down. Circles. And the other way. And then we can stretch also the gluteal muscles by putting a leg across like this. Hold that stretch, shoulder blades down. Nice stretch on the outside of your hip there. And then the other one. And then we're going to bring our feet, so I've got my feet a little bit higher than my knees so that you can see them there. And then we're going to lift the arches and relax. Lift the arches and relax. And then lift the big toe, then the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And then place the little one down, doom, 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 one at a time. Lifting one at a time. I'm not very good at it. And then put them down one at a time. Take a bit of care of your feet, it's always good. Then we're going to take the big toe in and the big toe out. So I can only do one at a time. Some people really struggle with this. And then relax. Leave your feet where they are. Shoulder blades glided down, collarbones long, long neck, and just relax in that position. Deep breaths. Or you may find you're more comfortable up like this. It's actually quite a nice position to lie in and relax. Just going to do one more thing before we finish, because we're definitely down the wall, we're not up the wall anymore. You're going to put your feet together and your knees together, arms to the sides. Roll your knees over. You can let one foot come off the wall. Turn your head the other way, far as you feel comfortable. Breathe in and breathe out to come back. And the other way. Once more each side. I'm going to roll right over and come back up to standing again. I'm just going to finish off with a couple of stretches. First one is to stretch the front of your thigh, so you can have your hand on the wall, hold on to your foot, make sure your knees are close together, tuck your tail underneath and stretch the front of your thigh. So don't let your tail stick out backwards, your low back arch. Tuck your tail under. Also don't let your knee go forward. Keep it nice and close by the other knee and hold that stretch. And then turn around and face the other way. Use the wall again. Stretch. Nice long neck. Hold the stretch. And then down. You're back against the wall again. Come across here. And you're going to have your feet hip width apart, a little bit away from the wall, and we're going to do a roll down. So tuck in. As you breathe out, lengthen through the back of your neck, tuck your chin in. Head goes first, peeling one bone at a time off the wall. Arms come down. Arms nice and loose.
You'll feel your bottom slide up the wall a little bit. Keep your knees soft. Go down as far as you feel comfortable. Head right down. Breathe in. Then as you breathe out, I want you to place one bone back on the wall at a time. So your sacrum is against the wall. Then start with your very low back. Really tuck your tail underneath. Your low back, your mid back, then your upper back. And glide your shoulder blades down. Let's do that again. Breathing in. As you breathe out, tuck your chin in. Roll down. Nice soft knees. You can bend those knees if you wish. And think about those bones as they peel off the wall. Your bottom will slide up the wall a little bit as you go down. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, your bottom will slide down. But I want you to place one bone back on the wall. Really keep that tail tucked under, focusing on one bone going back on the wall. The sequence of bones, one, then the next, 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 then the next. Shoulder blades down. Last time, breathing in. Breathing out, down. And coming back up again. Shoulder blades down. Take a breath in. And breathe out. And again. And rest. Well done, everybody. I hope you're not driven up the wall anymore. Thanks for watching. Bye.